Thank you, Carlene. As we did mention, we have Corpus Christi Water COO Drew Molly joining us here in the studio tonight. And Drew, first of all, thanks for being here. I think the first question on everybody's mind is, when do you foresee Stage 3 officially taking effect?
Well, thanks, Mike, and I appreciate you having me on. This week we're spending a lot of time, as we've been in the last couple of weeks, really making sure that we get out to the community and talk about the situation that we're in. And so we're watching this every day, just as many in the community are watching this every day. And, you know, it could happen tomorrow. We could drop below 20% tomorrow. It could be in the next day or two, but we basically believe right now it's not a matter of if, it's when. And so likely this week we're going to drop below 20%. And then next week, the city manager is going to make a Stage 3 water declaration.
And Drew, we've been crazy to believe, but that we've been in Stage 2 since early March. So have you seen a dip in consumption? And what is the city doing right now to help prepare for Stage 3?
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, our community has done a tremendous job trying to do their part. And so this is tough because we're asking the community to do more than what the community has even done up until this point. And so essentially what ends up happening for Stage 3 is we're going to require all customers, that's residential, commercial, large volume users, every customer class is not going to be allowed to water outside. So all outside watering is going to come to an end once the city manager makes that Stage 3 water declaration.
Let me ask you this, because I know we have had this conversation come up before. Talk a little bit, not just about the impact on customers as you have, but what about industrial water customers? How does this affect them?
Well, like I said, you know, part of this is really at the end of the day, everybody is in this together. And so, you know, it's tough because all customer classes, it doesn't matter if you're a resident, if you're a commercial business, or if you're a large volume user. In fact, even if you're somebody who buys water from the city of Corpus Christi outside of the city of Corpus Christi, you are also going to be expected to comply and follow the same measures that folks that live inside the city of Corpus Christi are having to follow. So there's really nobody that's not impacted by this. Everybody's going to be impacted by Stage 3.
And just like you mentioned, we're kind of going to be all in this together, but I do want to hone in and get some of the specifics about places like our small businesses, golf courses, car washes. Folks listening here tonight who work in those vicinities, what should they know?
Well, we recognize that the small business and business owners, we really want to make sure that we limit this type of impact. And so recognizing that small businesses have a big part in our community. The small businesses, so we've talked to golf courses. You know, one of the great things about our city is that our golf courses and some of the other community users actually use wastewater effluent. So wastewater effluent is something that we're trying to make more available to the public, especially to businesses. And so we're talking to TCEQ and making sure that some of the rules that they have in place are opportunities for our businesses to take advantage of wastewater effluent as far as reuse.
Drew, in just a few seconds that we have left here, we want to remind folks that while this is not something to panic about, Stage 3 is serious, and we do have to pay attention to the direction coming from the city.
Well, you bet. And a big part of what I think you just highlighted is that we're not the only ones that are having challenges with water right now. 35 other communities around the entire state of Texas are also in water restrictions where they cannot use water outside. And so while this is really painful for our community to have to go through, and I really want to just say that our community has done an exceptional job trying to do their part, it is true that we aren't the only ones that are having to go through this. Like I said, there are other communities in Texas. So, you know, we're really going to hope for the spring to produce water. Spring is the time of the year that we tend to get meaningful rainfall. And I think what's really important to note is that while we want rain here in Corpus Christi, what we really want is rain to fall in our watershed.
Absolutely. That's kind of been the name of the game here this whole time. Drew, that is all of our time for right now, but we really appreciate you coming on and explaining all of this to us and our viewers. So we appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.